Good afternoon. Let's look at page 323, question number 15. Now you'll notice on this question that the exponent has a smaller power on the top than the bottom. So that means that we have no horizontal asymptote. We want to find our x-intercepts. So that means we're going to take the top of our fraction and make it equal to 0, which just gives us the value of x equals 0. And if we want to find our vertical asymptotes, we're going to take what's on the bottom and make it equal to 0. So if I take x squared minus 1 equals 0, I need to think about what multiplies together to give me x squared. That would be x and x minus 1 and plus 1. So if I find the roots of that, I'm going to have x equal to 1 and a negative 1. So let's look at our graph. We know at x equals 1 and a negative 1 we're going to have asymptotes. So I'll do those in a different color. We know that we have, let's think about our table of values. We know that we have an x-intercept at 0, so that would give us a point of 0, 0. Now let's find something halfway between that so we can see what else is happening in there. And since the only close things would be 0.5, or negative 0.5, and a positive 0.5. And we need to plug it through this function. So y equals 2x over x squared minus 1. So if I've plugged 0.5 into that function, I'll take 2 times 0.5, that's going to give me 1. And then I have 0.5 squared minus 1, it's going to be a negative 0.75. So if I divide those, that's going to give me a negative 1/3. So if we go to negative 0.5, 1, 2, 1, 2, we have a negative 1/3, so it'll be down there. Let's plug a positive 5 through it, and that's going to be 2 times 0.5, which will give me 1. And then I have 0.5 squared minus 1 again, so I'm going to have a negative 0.75. Oh, it's a negative up there, so that should have been a negative on the top, so that would have been a positive. So let's change that point. So it would be positive 1 1/3, and down here it's a negative 1 1/3. So we're going to get something that looks like this, kind of a little S shape that goes between. Now we need to try a few points that are on the left and right of this particular of our asymptotes. So let's make another table over here to think about those. So if I'm thinking about some things that are smaller, let's do negative 2, negative 4, negative 6, just so we can get a kind of a span of numbers. So if I plug a negative 2 in, negative 4 and a negative 6, negative 2 would give me a negative 4, and then a negative 2 squared would be 4 minus 1 would be 3. So that's going to give me a negative 1 1/3 again. So that'll be up there. If we plug a negative 4 in, that's going to give me a negative 8. And a negative 4 squared would be 16, minus 1 would be 15. So that's going to be some really small number. Negative 0.5. So down around here. If If I plug a negative 6 in, that's going to give me a negative 12, and a 36 minus 1 would be 35. That'll give me a negative 0.3. So it's going to be down here just a little bit. So it looks like these ones are kind of getting they're negative values. I put them in the wrong direction. So this was a negative 1 1/3, so it would have been down here. The negative 4 was at about a negative 0.5-ish. The negative 6 was a negative 1/3-ish. So we're going to have a graph that goes like that. Now let's look over here at 2, 4, and 6. So make myself another table. 2, 4, and 6. So we're going to end up with 4/3, 8/15, and 12/35. So 4/3 is about 1.3, so we're going to go over here. If I look at 0.4, it's going to be almost a half. 6 is a third. So we're going to have a graph that kind of looks like this. Have a great day. Bye-bye.